everybody, this is Hornlets here, and welcome back for more Let's Glitch The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we finished off the Temple of Time, and in this episode, we are going to be starting Ilia's memory quest and getting a lot of side quest stuff. But, of course, as you can see, I'm back in Temple of Time. What am I doing here? Well, in the however long, like 5 months that it took me to actually get around to making this episode, a new glitch was discovered in this dungeon, and it completely changed the route for this dungeon. So I just want to showcase the glitch off that actually caused this. It's called Door of Time Skip. That there is, I guess, the Door of Time. It's supposed to be a reference to the Ocarina of Time trick of the same name, which, actually, now that I think about it, lore-wise, could this potentially be the actual Temple of Time door, like the same one in Ocarina of Time? Big think. Okay, anyways. But yeah, this trick lets us clip through this, which, what that lets us do is completely skip bringing this, the statue that normally goes here, all the way down from the very top of the dungeon. It saves about 5, maybe 6 minutes in this dungeon. It is insane. So, yeah, it's a really nice trick to have. What's not nice is the trick itself, though. This is honestly one of the dumbest tricks I have ever had to do in a speedrun. Not because it's hard, but because of how virtually luck-based it is. Basically, what we kind of want to do is we want to get into this corner, standing in between, like right by the corner, with the statue to the back left of us, kind of. And then, of course, we want to be using it, like using the Dominion Rod on it. And then we want to angle ourselves so that if you look at the heads-up display on the hearts there, the very first heart is about lined up with, actually, I'm a little bit too far to the right, I think. Oops, I didn't do it right. Let me try this again. We want to angle it right about like, yeah, that's too much. Right about like this-ish. Where, yeah, the first heart lines up about with this line right here. And then what we want to do is hold forward and start rolling, and start hoping, because this trick, as I mentioned, is virtually luck-based. So right there is something that can happen. The statue can clip into that pillar. To fix that, you just walk backwards, walk forwards, while locked on, of course, and then hold up left, and you'll get into the corner again. And then you just want to hold forward and reposition if this will work. There we go. Reposition, and then start rolling again, and hopefully it'll work. Yeah, it's really, really annoying. So yeah, this trick, I mentioned it was virtually luck-based. This trick, I have had speedrun attempts where it has taken me 2 rolls to get through this door. 2 rolls, that's it. I have had another speedrun attempt. This happened once. It was my first attempt using this glitch. It took 10 minutes to get this trick. It is insane just how dumb this trick can be. And it's like, the average is like about 2.5 minutes to get this trick. About, I think the last attempt that I did, it took me like 5 minutes. Right there. There we go. So that's what the trick is supposed to look like. You randomly just jump through something and clip through the door, bonk, and you're on the other side. So that is how the Door of Time skip works in Twilight Princess. The dumb thing about this, though, is that we have no idea how to get this consistently. Like, we don't know if it has to do, if it's, like, speed-related, or if it's, like, you have to roll on specific frames or what. Like, we just don't understand it. And so sometimes it takes a long time to get the trick, but other times it takes 2 rolls. Who really knows? It's really just, like, I don't get it. But anyways, so that is the Door of Time skip. By doing that, you can just kind of, at the start of the dungeon, just go up the dungeon like you would normally, with the exception of you would actually get a couple of extra things on the way up that you normally would have gotten while going down. So you would get an extra heart piece and an extra Poe. But other than that, that's all you would really do. And you actually have some funky strats that you can do to actually get the aforementioned heart piece and Poe. I'll actually bring up a little clip of it right here. yeah, so those are things that you can do to get those things. And then, of course, after you're done all that, you know, you would have the boss key. You can just come through this door, and then you can go to the other side and enter the boss door, and then finish the boss. And then that would be how you do that. But yeah, that is easily one of the worst tricks that I have had to do in a speedrun of anything. And yeah, it's simply just because we don't know how the trick actually works. Like, we know how to sometimes get it to work, but yeah, nobody is very consistent at it. But anyways, now that we're done that, we can actually get into the proper Let's Glitch file. So let's go and do that. Let me get up my route here, because I don't actually have everything memorized here. So right off the bat, after we're done here, we want to... there are a few things in this room, actually, right here that we want to get. There's a Poe, a heart piece, and a golden bug. Kind of got the everything in it, if you really think about it there, but... anyways, so yeah, the Poe is right behind here. This Poe is kind of annoying to get. I don't know, like... if I recall correctly, this Poe actually isn't really distance-based. Like, or proximity-based, I guess. Because most Poes, like, they'll only aggro you when you get close to them. This Poe, I feel like it starts moving towards you as soon as you move the owl statue. Like, it doesn't matter how far away you are when you move it, it'll move towards you. Now, of course, you have to be within range of actually moving the owl statue with the Dominion Rod, so of course there is, you know, some proximity to it, but it seems like it's just as soon as you move it, it comes straight at you and tries to murder you. It's terrible. But anyways, so there we've got that heart piece there, and then I just want to get this right here, this golden bug. Here we have a new kind of golden bug. These are the snails. And then there's one other snail that we're going to be getting that's also in the Sacred Grove, just outside of here. Let me skip that cutscene. Because now we're, of course, done with the Temple of Time, we can finally leave. Oh, and I also should mention that that new trick in the dungeon, makes the dungeon a lot more bearable, despite the fact that it is very random. It's just, the return trip down is so annoying that I'm glad we have that trick, even if it's that horrible. But anyways, so this cutscene right here, it seems like the kind of cutscene that you wouldn't be able to skip, because it sort of looks like you walk into a text trigger, but no, you can skip it. I never knew you could skip that for the longest time. But yeah, you can skip that cutscene, so it's really nice. But anyways, now right here we have the other snail. Actually, I feel like I feel like I'll need to look this up, but I have this feeling that, like, snails are supposed to, like, live forever sort of thing. At least I remember when I was a kid, I think my sister, like, mentioned something about that. And so, I remember she had this theory that, like, that snail there that we pick up and the other snail are literally the exact same snail, just like one's 2,000 years earlier, or however many years it is that you go back in time when you go into the Temple of Time. I actually have no idea. I'll have to look that up, because now I'm curious. I kind of just forgot about that until now. But anyways, after we get that Poe there, we just want to come into here and get this. Get into here, because we have another heart piece here. So this grotto is full of these, what are these things called again? Dekubabas? I think they're Deku, yeah, Deku, I don't know. I'm not very into the, bestiary of this world. I don't know what everything's called. I know what some things are called, but I think those are Dekubabas. I don't really know. But anyways, we just want to kill all of those. The one that was on the ceiling there, you can easily just kill quickly with the bomb arrow. It's really nice. And then we want to open this up and get the heart piece. And then after that, we are done, and we can exit. Now, I actually want to do something. I might cut this out, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to check something. I think way earlier on in the route, I think I actually forgot to do something, and now is the best time to go back and get it. So I'm going to go and try and do that, which I'm not going to save over that one. Save over this one. I'm not actually sure if this will work. Let's see. So save warping anywhere in the Lost Woods will bring you back to the beginning of the Lost Woods, and that lets me exit here, which puts me right close to this Howling Stone, which I do believe I forgot this one. It might be a different one. Nope. This one's the Prelude of Light. Yeah, so I forgot this. I was actually supposed to get this Howling Stone way back earlier in the run, probably in episode, I don't even know, 3 maybe? Or maybe even 2, when I did the trick Early Master Sword. That is when I was supposed to do this Howling Stone. I completely forgot. So I'm going back to get it now. So yeah. And I'll just cut this howling thing out because it's just a howling stone. Alright, so now that that's done, we finally get this one right here, which is the one that I wanted. Okay, so now that that's there, we can actually warp, like I wanted, and we can warp to Kakariko Village, because we have a bunch of side quest stuff there, and main quest stuff, because, as I mentioned at the start of the episode, we are going to be starting the Ilia's Memory quest in this episode, and you start that in Kakariko, so might as well do that. And given that this main quest brings you all over the world, we kind of want to start it at some point, start it earlier rather than later, so that we can actually like kind of knock out some stuff just when we're going around places. So yeah, but before we actually start that, I want to come into Malomart here, because we want to donate some money. We have a lot of money here. We actually have a lot more money than I'm supposed to have right now, but that's not gonna be a big deal. We just want to donate 500 rupees, because that's half of the donations that that's half the amount they're asking for, and we have that amount, more so. But yeah, I don't really want to donate any more right now, because we actually want this money for some stuff. But anyways, so now right here, I'm supposed to be entering this sanctuary so that I can start the Ilia's Memory quest, but before I do that, I actually want to do something. Right there, you see that rock that's up there? There's actually a heart piece underneath there. It's actually possible to, when you blow up the rock, it shows a cutscene that kind of just shows that the heart piece is there. If you do what I'm about to do here, where you shoot the arrow, cancel, and then open the door as the arrow's flying towards it, you'll skip that cutscene completely, and the rock, when I leave, will be blown up. So yeah, that's a really nice little strategy you can use. So then we just want to talk to Renato here and get Renato's letter. Perfect. So doing that is what starts the Ilia's Memory quest, and then we can leave. So yeah, the first thing that you get there is you get Renato's letter, which you are supposed to give to Telma in Castletown, which we will be doing pretty shortly here. But first we want to get the heart piece that I just opened up. I want that. And then we also want to get the stuff the stuff back behind here. So now, right after you blow that up, the camera is always really weird. I wasn't holding anything on the control stick there. It was just moving really weirdly. But yeah. So then, anyways, we just want to get this heart piece. Now, actually, there's actually a way to get this heart piece without blowing up the rock at all. You can just kind of aim up like by the rock. You kind of have to target pretty high on the rock and then target over like on the wall over there, and then if you target in the right places, it'll just pick up the heart piece as it's going through the rock. But yeah, it's kind of precise, so that's not normally something that people do in speedruns. And doing the cutscene skip is pretty much equally as fast, if not faster, so yeah, that's just a better way of doing it. But anyways, now that we're here, we actually want to pull out a water bomb as we jump into there. And the reason for that is because it will actually blow up that rock that's there and leave a purple rupee behind. And we want to pick that up because we are wanting to get to 250 rupees before we actually go back to Castletown. And we have one more thing that we are going to be doing before we actually go to Castletown. And it's a kind of a big thing, actually. So you can actually skip that rupee text as well by just being kind of swimming in the water, or at least not touching the ground in the water while you collect it. So yeah, you can just skip the text like that. But anyways, now that we have all of that done, both heart pieces and the rupee, we can, well, and I guess everything else that I got in CAC, we can warp to the Snow Peak. I keep forgetting if it's Snow Peak or Snowhead. But yeah, we can warp here and start this mini-game right here. So this mini-game is the snowboarding mini-game. We already kind of had to do this mini-game in order to even get to the dungeon, the Snow Peak ruins in the first place. But yeah, now we actually have a mini-game out of it, and we can get a heart piece for our troubles, so that's nice. And it even gives us a timer, so, you know, that's, you know, really nice. Speedrunner's greatest weakness, I guess, in games is when there's a timer. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, this race is literally just the same as the other times we had to, or the other time we had to do it, except it's actually a race this time rather than just snowboarding down the mountain ourselves. But the one thing that we're going to be trying to do is right here. I'm going to be jumping off and trying to land on these things, because on the very top of that last one, there's a 50 rupees, which I actually really want that 50 rupee, because I need money. Again, I think I mentioned it. Yeah, I want to get to 250 rupees before the end of, or before we have to go back to Castletown, which will be after this mini game. And so we want to get that 50 rupees pretty much as many times as we can get, which of course amounts to 2, but anyways. So yeah, I'm glad I actually got it the first time. I've had a lot of trouble getting that in the past, just because it is kind of a precise thing you need to do to be able to get it. But anyways, we can finish that off, and then we can just be done with that. So we don't actually get the heart piece for the first one, because quite frankly, the Yeto race is really easy, especially if you take the shortcut. But anyways, so in order to get back up the mountain, we could warp, but there's actually a faster way. We can actually just do a boomerang long jump attack over the railing there, voiding out, and that will respawn us back on the top. So that's really nice. It just saves the time that we would normally spend warping. So that's pretty nice. And we can just jump off of here and talk to Yetta and actually start the Yetta race. Now, it would be really nice if we could actually skip the Yeto race. I feel like I've had this theory for, like years, even before I started speedrunning the game or even found the speedrunning community, that you could like somehow talk to Yetta before actually talking to Yeto and doing the race with him. But I don't think there's a way to do that, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately, I guess we just have to do both races. But yeah, it's whatever. But it would save like a minute or two, or actually, yeah, a minute and a half about in order if we were able to do that. So I'm gonna try getting on these this one more time. Oh, I got on it, but I missed the rupee, the purple rupee. Not that that's a big deal. But yeah, anyways, I haven't complained about the Yetta race yet. The Yetta race is horrible. So as a kid, especially, this race was so hard, because Yetta is actually no pushover. She's actually really good. She takes the shortcut. She doesn't really make any mistakes other than the fact that she goes on top of the treetops, which is actually slower. But yeah, she is actually really good. So it's not easy to beat her sometimes. But it doesn't really matter. Like, we should be seeing her, yeah, right there. Yeah, she takes about like 116, 117 or something like that, I think, on average, which I can consistently get below that, but if you bonk like anywhere, it's bad. I lost an 100% run recently to bonking there during that race, yeah, during the Yetta race, because that completely messed up the day-night cycle, because time is moving right now. So if I wait too long, then it'll turn night too quickly and I won't be able to do something. But anyways, so now that we're done all of that, we can just get this Poe that's right here. And now, if you were wondering, back right after I transformed, I kind of did this weird thing where I walked around, like, on the edge of that little bridge there. The reason I did that was so that I could avoid hitting this trigger that resets your spawn point to the bottom of the mountain. And instead, I'm at the top of the mountain. Now, I didn't actually need to do that. I just wanted to show that off, because if you failed to get the purple rupees during the snowboarding, you can actually go back into the cave that had the Poe in it from. Wait a second. Wait a second. Well, I'm missing a Poe somewhere. I guess I forgot to get one at some point. I have no idea which one I missed. I will get it later on in the run when I remember that I actually forgot a Poe again. But anyways, so right there, I just did that long jump attack to skip the mailman again. I've done that a bunch. Man, I'm really annoyed now that I completely forgot a Poe. I actually have no idea which one I'm missing. It might be the one that I was just thinking of, the one that's in the cave there. But it might not be, so I really don't know. But I'll figure it out later. I'll figure out which one I'm missing. This reminds me of that time when I was doing the Ocarina of Time Let's Glitch and I was missing one golden Skulltula after the whole thing. Ah, the good times. But anyways, so the reason we wanted 250 rupees is because we wanted to donate 250 more rupees to Charlo there. And then, or Sasrala. The guy literally looks like Sasrala from The Link to the Past. But anyways, then we just want to come into Agatha's castle and donate 8 more bugs. because I believe the first time we came here, we donated 8. And actually, one thing that I want to show, bring up, I believe this is the second time we're here, so this is the first time we're seeing this. Every single time after you donate, leave, and then come back, the bugs that you donated will appear in this area. So that's just a real nice touch that the game did, was just adding them. It's really cool actually seeing them, actually seeing the effect of collecting all of the bugs like that. I don't know, I always thought it was really cool. But anyways, I'm going to be donating 4 pairs so that I can get up to 600 rupees, which is the maximum I can hold right now. So I'm just going to cut this out. Alright, and with that, I have 600 rupees, and we can leave. Wait, oh, okay, apparently that's the first time that we saw that. I thought we would have seen that the first time. Yeah, if you leave without actually giving all of your golden bugs that you have on you, then that's what happens. She says, whatever she just said, I know you have bugs. Yeah, so that's just a funny little touch that they did. Kind of makes Agatha a lot creepier. But anyways, so now we get to play the postman role and give Selma the letter that Renato gave us. Now, I don't know why Renato couldn't have used the actual postman, because quite frankly, the postman is literally right there. The postman could have given it to her, but anyways. Oh my, if it isn't a Pona, yes, I am totally a horse. Anyways, so yeah, we're just going to be showing her the letter after this this cutscene here. So right there, and she gives us the invoice, which lets us go to the doctor and get some information out of him. Now, I don't know why, the game even says it during the description, but I never realized that the invoice was supposed to be the doctor's tab at the bar. That Telma's basically saying, hey, pay the money that you owe me. I didn't realize that. I actually, for some reason, I always thought that the invoice was Telma trying to say, or trying to basically pay back the doctor for when she had to do that house call way earlier on in the game with Prince Rallis. For some reason, that's what I thought it was, which is why this never made sense to me. But, no, it makes sense now. I guess I was just bad at reading, or maybe I just didn't understand what a running tab was at a bar or something. I mean, I guess I was a lot younger when I played this, or when I first played this, but yeah. Anyway, so now we can just give or show the invoice to the doctor, and that advances this a little bit more. Alright, so now that we're done that, we can actually transform in here. This is one of the few buildings you can actually transform in, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, then we can get the medicine scent here. Yes, we don't need the post-scent ever again. And then we can jump up here, and actually, I didn't even know about this, but there's this little, you can actually exit out the top. That's where the scent tells you to go, which I never really realized that, but yeah. So you can do that. And then there's even a chest up here that has 20 rupees in it. Too bad I can't carry it, but anyways. Then we just want to head out of Castletown to the west here, I believe that is. If I know my... Nope, that's the east. Yep, I knew I would mess that up. Okay. Anyways, so now you saw the Po there. I'm actually just running straight past it. And the reason for that is because... actually, if I were to get it right now, I might advance the day a little bit too far, and I wouldn't be able to do something later, something that I'm going to be doing right away here. Because once I finish talking to this Goron here, I actually want to warp back to Kakariko and enter Malomart, and Malomart closes shortly after it turns nighttime. I'm not actually sure what in-game time it's supposed to be before it closes, but at some point after it turns nighttime, probably... before it hits halfway to or something, Malomart closes and you can't go in there. I really don't want that to happen. So yeah, I'm just, in order to do that, I'm going to be skipping that Po, and also because I come back that way very soon anyways, when it's still night, so there's really no point in getting it right now. And actually, if you are fast enough, sometimes you'll get there before that Po even appears, so there's no point in getting it anyways. But yeah, so now that I've talked to that Goron, we can just warp straight to Kakariko, and we can enter Malomart, even though it is nighttime. So yeah, that's really nice. You know, I wonder if he really could use Epona right there. He probably could, honestly, but I'm not going to. But anyways, so yeah, in order to... the reason that we needed to talk to the Goron in the first place, actually, is because that is actually the flag that we need to set to start a side quest. Or I guess that is the start of a side quest, I guess. But once we donate all of the money here, the reason we were donating money is to fix the bridge that was actually in front of that depressed Goron there. And then what we want to do is come out of Mail Mart and talk to this guy. Yes, that is totally the Goron. Yes, that is totally the Goron. I guess I'll stop locking on. Okay. But anyways, now we can start this minigame, or this side quest. So what we have to do is bring this this thing that we're holding above our heads, this barrel of hot spring water. We have to bring it over to the bridge that's now been fixed, or over to the Goron that was there. And this minigame, casually for like everybody their first time, this is like the worst experience, and it was for me too. And the reason for that is because everybody tries taking a direct route straight to the bridge. And that's actually a really bad idea, because if you go into the middle of the field, there are actually a bunch of levers that spawn, and they will start circling around you and hit you, and then you'll drop the water, and the water will break, and then you'll have to start all over again. That's terrible. If you just hug the wall here, or hug the gorge, that doesn't happen. No levers can spawn. And it's actually basically impossible to get hit, because if a Cargrox comes flying at you, it won't attack you, because you're moving too fast or something like that. And then if the Bulban archers see you, it's pretty easy to avoid them. You just don't go too close to them, and then you're completely fine. But yeah, it's once you know that you can actually just like go on the edge there, it's like this minigame is so easy. It's so nice. But anyways, so yeah, now that that's all done, that minigame is done. We can, this, doing this minigame or side quest thing does two things for us. One, it will give us a heart piece, but after you finish donating the 1,000 rupees to get this bridge in front of us rebuilt, the Mail Mart opens up another donation fund for setting up a shop in Castletown. If you try donating before actually doing this minigame, it will cost 1,200 rupees. If you do that or if you do this little minigame thing, get that heart piece first, then it'll cost 200 rupees. So you really want to do this minigame before you actually go and start that donation fun thing. It's really nice that that happens. And actually, I really like that it does that, because it sort of gives the world like a bit more of a realistic feeling, I guess, in a sense. Sort of by that I mean, like, there are other people in the world who have rupees who are capable of donating, and I just think it's really cool that they actually put in a scenario where you can do something and it will actually make somebody else pay a donation fund, like, in addition to you. It's really cool that they did that. No other Zelda game has done that, or actually, like, no other game that I know of has done that, and I just think that's really cool that they did that. But anyways, now that we're back in Castletown here, I got that Poe that I mentioned that I skipped over, because that's when we were coming right back, right by it. And then we want to come into Giovanni's house here and talk to him, because he will give us a reward for getting 20 Poe souls. And I have, I think, 41 right now. The route is supposed to have 42. But yeah, I think I have 41 right now, so that's clearly enough to get this bottle with Great Fairy Tears, which is really nice. And then we can leave. Also, the path that, like, led to the castle sewers is completely gone now. It's completely filled with treasure. I was always sad about that, because I always wanted to get back to that place during Midnight's Desperate Hour, but anyways. But yeah, so now that that's done, that's actually the last time we are going to be seeing Giovanni. We could go and talk to him again once we have collected all 60 Poe souls, but all that does is basically gives you a recurring 200 rupee drop. You can get 200 rupees as many times as you want, but that's not a required thing. Like, it doesn't give you anything on the item screen, on the pause screen, on anything. So yeah, we don't actually require that. And anyways, after all of that, cool, apparently you can't see up right here. Yeah, I just had to talk to Louise right there to start the next part of the Ilia's Memory quest. And then we can head out the bottom here. Oh yeah, one thing that I completely forgot to mention, let me pause and just talk about it real quick. When I went out the other way to go talk to the Goron before I did the minigame, that cutscene that played, That was supposed to happen ages ago. I'll show a clip of it again because it's been so long. But yeah, that was supposed to play ages ago. It didn't because of various flags. I think the reason it didn't play was because we hadn't beaten the whatever the dungeon is, Goron Mines, I think. The reason it happens is, I think, is because of early Master Sword, but I think it has something to do with Goron Mines as well. But yeah, it was supposed to happen then, it didn't, it happened now, that's all you need to really know. I don't actually know why it doesn't play exactly, but yeah, there's some weird internal memory value flag thing going on. But yeah, so now we're going to be doing a complete run of Castletown South right here, or the field below. Right here, we actually have a really cool jump. Hopefully I can get this first try. It's not super easy, but it's not super hard either. Hardcore parkour. Okay. Yeah, so right there, you can literally just do a little side hop and a roll onto the little fence there, and then it'll, you'll jump off of it, and then you can use a jump attack to extend your distance just a little bit more. It's really cool looking, and I love it. But now we want to roll off of there and get into this, the hidden skill here. This is the reason why I wanted to go back and get the Howling Stone that I missed right now, or like during this episode, as opposed to, a different episode, because I actually had a failed recording where I got this far, and was like, wait a second, where is this thing? It's the Mortal Draw, right? Yeah, I was like, where is the Golden Wolf? And so that's when I realized, oh, I must have forgotten that one. And very fortunately, it was also the best time to go back and actually get that, that Howling Stone, so it wasn't the end of the world. But yeah, that's whatever. But yeah, so now we get the Jump Strike. Now this is actually a particularly cool thing. I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of a strat here. If you do a spin attack out of this, you actually ends it a little bit earlier. You actually don't knock down all of them. Because if you were to just normally do the jump strike there, it would knock down all three of them, and then there would be like this little cutscene that plays where the two of them vanish and then the other guy has to get up. But by doing a spin attack, you just completely skip that animation, and it saves a bunch of time. So that's really nice. But anyways, now that we're done all of that, we can turn into Wolf here and continue on with the Ilya's memory quest. Just over here, talking to Louise will cause these things over here to spawn. I don't even remember what these things are called. Skull wolves? I don't remember. I don't know. I'm just a filthy casual. I don't know. I'm not into the lore of this game. I don't know. But anyways, so then we get that. Now I actually want to collect some of the money here. I'm actually very surprised not a single yellow rupee spawned. That is very rare. Actually so rare that I don't think I've ever seen that before. But anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to collect a few rupees there. Then we want to come over to this right here. And then I'm not actually sure what I'm supposed to do after this. But let's see. I'm going to actually do that and get there. Wait. Oh. Wait, what? I didn't realize that was in the route. Okay, well, I guess I did stuff in the wrong order, and that probably means I'm going to miss out on this day-night cycle, but whatever, not a big deal. So what I'm going to be doing after this is actually right here, this big hole right here, it actually leads to Lake Hylia. There is a quick little path that leads there, and I just think that that's really cool, that they actually have that. And so that spawns us actually right here, which is really nice because right back here there is a Poe. This is the quickest way of getting to this area if you're like already in Castletown South sort of thing. It's really nice. But anyway, so we're going to get this Poe that apparently I need to get. I didn't realize I need to get this. Wait a second, what? Oh yeah, okay, I get it. And then we're going to be warping to Kakariko Village. Okay, sorry, I probably should have reviewed the route a little bit before I actually started this recording, but whatever. It's not a big deal, I have the route here. But anyways, after that, okay, I changed my mind. I'm actually going to end the episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click that like button. If you didn't, fine, click the dislike button. Follow me on the links in the description, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!